Well, it was only $5. What did you expect, lobster?
Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome into the channel. If you guys are new, welcome back. If you're returning, my name is Mitty80,
I'm Chief.
and welcome back to some more ADH Dads.
Welcome.
Yeah.
It's a nice sunny day.
It's beautiful
50,
outside.
I think it was 51.
Yeah, after the freaking blizzard that we got unexpectedly.
How much did you get?
I think we had a little bit over a foot.
Yeah, we were right about there, too.
In the highest areas, I would want to say like maybe 14 inches. And the highest, I'm assuming blow over and stuff, because like in our driveway it was like down, and then it like peaked at a point, and then it just kind of slowly.
So you had like drifts and shit.
Yeah. I mean, being a corner lot, I think that's the worst part about having a corner house. So Brienne she's mentioned moving, like, just because we have a corner lot. She's like, F this.
Wow.
The last blizzard we got to was insane, but.
Well, and I told you our power went out.
Do that, yeah.
3 in the morning.
Crazy.
And like at first, because it's done before, right? But it comes back on. You're like, okay, give it a minute, 20 minutes, it's good. Well, it did that a couple times, and then it didn't come on for like an hour. And having electric heat.
Mm-hmm.
I was just sitting in bed, and like I could just feel the air slowly cooling on my arm, and I'm like, all right, end of days, we gotta go. So
start to see your breath. Zombie apocalypse.
No, oh man. And if you want to talk about I think we've touched on it here, but my wife and I are very much into like survival stuff. Like we watch, we like to watch Alone and things, and like obviously, Last of Us.
Yeah, you gotta buy your survival books, stuff like that.
But yeah, we have survival books. We have like literally have a to-go bag packed with everything from like a hatchet to light, being able to change of clothes, to snacks that like don't expire for a long time, to like med kits and stuff. So we're like ready to go. So I'm like, and of course I come in with like a candle. I'm like, we gotta go because it's getting cold in here. And she's like, okay, what do we need? And so it was just like what we've been practicing for, kind of thing. And so the kids were very receptive, and we're like, went and got their stuff and like boots on, ready to go, line up at the door. And then I go outside, and of course had a foot on the truck.
That was the first you had looked out, huh?
Well, and I'm like sitting out there, and to be there at like 3-4 o'clock in the morning, it's dark, and all you hear is just wind howling, and all the things are draped over, and it's dark. Like you hear sticks creaking and stuff, and there's nothing. You don't have street lights. And I'm sitting there blowing it, and all of a sudden it's just like behind it. I'm like keeping an eye on shit, like expecting something to happen. And
look left, look right.
Oh my god. And then we finally get that out, got the truck out, get over, driving through town, trees over the road, and I mean, like, it's like in a video game, like, it's just like, all right, everybody keep their eyes open, like, hopefully we don't get stuck. I'm like, I got a full tank, we're good. Like, I'm just check downs all the whole way over. Then went to my parents, who my dad had power, but he kept them off and just had a fire going, so it was pretty fun.
I remember when I was a kid, though, like, and the power would go out. It was opposite, though, because being in Vegas, it was always, you felt the temperature going up, right? So that means your AC's out, everything like that. So you'd be sitting in the house, and it would just like can't breathe kind of thing. And I remember, but it was always fun. Like the like lights would go out, and then you'd have like little candles around the house, and it was like it was kind of like an adventure, I guess, with 4 of us. Yeah. And then that's when we first got Bandit, and I mentioned him before, right? He was like 7-8 weeks old. So like it was like almost right after we got him. We didn't have a name for him. He was like 6-7 weeks old, something right in there. We didn't have a name for him. We didn't know if name him. Power goes out in the house, and I just remember, like we were running upstairs, and he would chase us, and we weren't. It's not that we were scared of the dog, but it was one of those like it's a game for us, we're kids, so we're running away. We're like, he's gonna get us, and he'd bite the back of our ankles, like he's playing with us, like a puppy does. You'd trip and fall, and he would literally like bite the like toe with a sock and just pull it off. Yep. And then he'd go and chew him up, right in the dark. And we couldn't see him coming. We didn't know. All you'd hear is like, so we had one of those it was like a choke chain collar, where you pull one end and it tightens, kind of thing. But it stayed loose.
You savage.
I mean, it was a long time ago. It was,
No, my dog had the one with the spikes in it.
So so we didn't have the spikes. We didn't have the spikes.
I made sure it was extra.
Yeah.
Because minor
You're
idiots.
a monster.
Yeah.
But
guess what? My monsters listen.
Yeah.
It was like...
no, it wasn't. Anyway. It wasn't like it didn't have the spikes in it. It was just one of the ones, right? And like we wouldn't know where he is, and like so you're sitting there like, I turn around and be like, hey Steven, I gotta go upstairs, and he'd be like, well, like what do you need? And we'd talk about it, and all you'd hear in the background is jingle jingle jingle. jingle, 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 right? And like we only had
Terrifying.
like you had like maybe a candle over here. There was one over on the kitchen countertop, so you knew like that was that way. And then like obviously my parents had a candle, right? Because they were in charge, right? They needed one. And then so you'd only have a couple candles lit, and it's like, dude, I gotta get upstairs. I gotta go do this, da 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 da. And he'd be like, and we'd sit there and go back and forth, and then be like, all right, Sean, we need you to go grab this upstairs. And we send my little brother up, and then
Naturally,
jingle,
yes.
jingle, 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 and then up the stairs, and it's like, and just whack, grab, bang, and then and then so no, but it was always like an adventure when we were kids and the power went out, because it was like
that reminds me of like when you always like shut the light off and run upstairs, and you see that TikTok where like you're like, okay, and and then he gets upstairs, and like as he's shutting the door, the guy's like,
yeah.
like he just missed him. That's what it felt like every time.
Yep. But they were always pretty fun. Pretty fun. Interesting times. I remember one time the power went out, and it was like middle of summer, and it was during the day, and our house got hot. It was hot.
Well,
so
and
my
that's
mom was like,
I suppose you had the other side.
Yep,
of it. I was
so
gonna
it
say,
was-
because like with the cold, if it was like fall, summer, I wouldn't really care that much. You're like, okay, I guess we're not doing anything for a little bit. Hang on, guys.
But I remember my mom took us to see a movie. I want to say we saw Osmosis Jones in theaters when we were kids, because we had no power. And my dad's like, well, get him out of the house, get him somewhere. I think that was what it was for. I'm like pretty sure that's what it was for. So yeah, so my mom was like, all right, so we went into a movie, and that was the movie that was out for.
That's a good show.
So
We've done that.
So yeah, no, so it was.
My siblings and I have pulled all day movies.
All
We've
day?
done that where.
You ever do that where you like skip, like hop into different theaters and see how many movies you can see on the one ticket when you were a kid? Yeah, me neither.
No,
that's illegal.
I would say we paid for our stuff. We're not skeezy people.
Yeah, same.
But we would just fill a day. I think we could get 4 movies in if we watched the 10 o'clock, 2 o'clock, like 4 or 5 o'clock, and then like the matinee 7. I think we could get like 4 movies in. And there's one where there was a giant storm coming, huge storm, and we're like, let's just spend the day in the theater. So we went, hit the 10 o'clock right away. We came out, and we're like, just downpouring, and like my mom was like, we'll go again. You got another one you want to see? And we're like, sure. So we just like picked another one, and like, we saw 4 movies in a day, and that was, I mean, obviously my parents are buying it, and it was probably really fucking expensive. But
I'm thinking about it now, like, kids
now
do
I'm
the
thinking
math.
about, but I mean, for us, like
no.
that was the coolest thing, because like, all right, another round, and I mean, they have food, they have snacks, they have everything you need.
Yeah, right.
And so I'm like, I'd love movies, so we would just collect the tickets and just have packs. But yeah, no, that was. I remember, like you said, like just do something to get out of the house. My parents took us to the movie theater all the time.
I did, and I'm not trying to incriminate myself. I did sneak into a drive-in theater once or twice. I would, because I was like the little guy. So my buddy would drive.
What? No.
Just kidding. I was massive, dude.
No.
I was just a little. So what I would do is I would ride in the car, and then like when we'd get close to the theater, we'd pull into like a parking lot. I'd get out. I'd hop in the trunk. He would go and then get us through there, and then I would pop out of the trunk, and then I only had to be in the trunk getting through. Mm-hmm. So we snuck a couple people in, like me and a couple other friends, and we just sneak in and. You'd stay because the drive-ins, they had 3 movies going on, right? So you get 3 movies just for paying for ticket. And then there's no way for them to come and find my car to be like, hey, we didn't see you at the, no one's gonna
No.
It was fine.
I think now they do it where they do count people per vehicle now or something like that. But the closest one we had, it's actually not too far from here. Well, no, it's not even there anymore.
What, the drive-in?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even know there was a drive-in.
Yeah, there was one down by Walmart.
Okay. Yeah,
like
over
literally,
in Cottage Grove?
literally right next door. It's now, I think it's the VFW or something now. But
okay.
that place, that was the DMV. Jesus Christ. It was the drive-in where you just go up on the back. I think I went once in high school, but it was always Cottage Grove. You had to have somebody drive, and back then we thought Cottage Grove was like an hour away, so we didn't want to do it. Now I make the drive weekly. It's 10 minutes. It's not a big deal.
I looked at it the one day, and I was just like, gosh, like, I wonder how far it is, like, to get. I knew it was close, and when you punch it, I was like, it's like 15 minutes. No, it's literally like 9.8 miles. It's not even 10 miles away. It's the biggest stop is like you hit a couple stop signs and a traffic light.
Mm-hmm. That's it.
But I didn't realize it was that close. So every time, whenever we come over to your house, Ollie will sit like, Daddy, how far are we? And he'll look at the GPS and be like, 4.7, 4.6, and just count it down. It's like, keep going, buddy.
It's gonna be there.
As long as we keep moving forward, that number's gonna keep going down. You know?
Want to sing a song? Because by the time we're done with it, we'll be
there, right?
Yeah.
And then on the GPS we get in there, it's like, welcome to Wisconsin, and it's I don't even. It's not that I need the GPS to get to your house. I can get there easy, but you just throw it on,
Yeah, for the kids.
Yeah, it's for the kids.
It's always for the children.
It's always, I don't need it
for the children.
Yeah,
I remember that after you'd been at my house a couple times, and you're like, one random time you're like, yeah, I think we're gonna come over. I'm like, yeah, swing on by, and you're like, what's that address again? you had to wait, and I was like, come on, you can't just drive, because I don't even know what your address is. I have no idea. I just know where you live.
I just know how to get it. Well, I mean, I would say
and it's and I only know this because I just read it. It's Glacial Avenue or whatever. Glacial.
No, we're
that's the one road you turn off. I don't know which road we're on now.
Glacial, yeah. No,
whatever.
I thought you were gonna say ours. I was like, no. Glacial goes this way. We're actually considered this house this way on the sign, so we're on.
But how many times have you been like, oh, it's the next one? I'm gauging it off what I see, and it looks very similar.
Oh yeah.
Or we come the other
way.
A
lot of those.
I know it's after the church.
Well, you got to be careful though now coming down that way, because we were coming down that way, and if you go up, I want to say to the next turn in, because if you notice they're doing all that construction right over there too. It's Glacial Valley or something.
Well, that's the thing. I don't read the sign.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. So now that you read the sign, and then that's brain bookmarked for you.
Fairhaven.
Yep.
So that's I mean that's my if I'm getting ready to turn, if I'm not paying attention, I get ready to turn and I don't see that giant sign, then I go, oh, it's not this one. Just
no, that's what I'm saying. So the one up there has the big sign too now. It says Glacial Valley. So you got to be careful now. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But I'm assuming they're going to connect it. I'm assuming you're going to be able to go through and then you can connect. You know how.
I'm not going to do anything.
But but I know you know how that there's the dead end here.
You're always. They're going to the church.
Yeah, they're going to build the road.
I just remember that. That's fine.
We're in between, two churches. Because if you go just right down this way, there's another church
Crossroads.
There. There's 2 churches, man. I go to neither of them.
It's Crossroads.
That one's Crossroads.
We were at Crossroads.
Yeah. Oh, I did want to, real quick, too, before we continue, shout out our buddy Jack.
Hell
Victorious POD, guys. If you guys are into, fantasy football, sports, on-season, off-season, in-season, out-of-season, anything football, trade stuff, free agency, all draft stuff, he over on his podcast, he's been shouting us out a couple times, and I'm not trying to forget about Jack, right? It's not that we forget to shout him out, but I mean sometimes we'll end the podcast. I'm like, oh, I wanted to say that, man.
It's like that Jimmy Kimmel and Matt Damon thing where they always bump Matt Damon at the end. And they're like, and sorry, Matt Damon, we ran out of time. And he does it a bunch of times.
Yeah, and this it's just one of those things. It's not, so nothing personal, Jack. Okay.
No. Right. But he does draft. He does do Facebook stuff, and he does draft.
They do little polls and
they'll do poll drafts,
little fun things
top Christmas movies or something.
And him and his co-host, they both will go and they'll pick they'll each pick a movie, right? So they'll draft top 5 movies. Top 5 Jim Carrey movies, right? And he'll go first, and be like liar, and then he'll go and they'll go back and forth, and they have a list, and then they throw it up and be like, vote on it, and then they'll reveal the results and everything.
By the way, if you picked liar first, then I was gonna ask for a redraft.
Why?
Where I go first?
No,
because that'll be my first movie.
No, liar, dude, that's a great movie.
Liar, Dumb and Dumber, Ace Ventura 1 and 2.
Dumb and Dumber, yeah, dude, Dumb and Dumber is funny too. The Grinch, I like the Grinch.
I don't like the Grinch.
You didn't like the Grinch?
No.
I like the Grinch.
No.
I'm trying to think, whatever. Anyways, okay, we're getting off subject. But anyways, guys, go check him out if you like him. I'll leave a link in the description below.
He did a really good job.
He did a really good. Well, you know that scene in the Grinch where he's supposed to
sitting self-loathing.
Yeah.
I think some of the memes are funny, but it's a long movie.
You know that scene where he walks over to the table and he supposed to mess up the table and he pulls the tablecloth off and it just comes out and he goes to walk away and he comes back messed up. That wasn't scripted. He was supposed to pull the tablecloth off and everything was supposed to fall off, but he did it so perfectly. Yeah. Right? So he walks up and boom, pulls it out to walk away and noticed nothing fell off. So he turned around and just ad-libbed, threw it all over the place. And the director was like, I love that so much, we're leaving that in the movie. So I just thought that was pretty funny.
He has that shit all the time. Well, since you share one, I share one.
Okay, go ahead.
Dumb and Dumber, where he's when he gets to the bar, and he's like, yeah, supposed to meet her there. He's all dressed up in that fucking cowboy shit. No, the cowboy stuff. So he's got the tassels and shit. And then she's like, and he's like, yeah, so he's like, what are you doing? And he's like, just waiting. It's like, you're supposed to be here, huh? What time? He's like, 10 o'clock. He goes, I think she probably meant PM. He's like, must have been, could have been that.
Right, or yeah,
he's
whatever.
like, all right. So then he leaves, and as he's leaving, he stops, and on the placard is like a wall of like history, and it says, "Man on the Moon." And so he stops and he reads. He's like, "Wow, that's great." And then he goes through the door and goes, "We've landed on the moon." And you're like, that like happened like 30 years before that, but like.
Right.
That was something that cracked everybody up that were like the producers and stuff that they left it in because like he's that stupid. He's that stupid.
Wow, like, you just, that's great.
Wow,
like, you know,
we've landed on the moon, and it's such a subtle thing because like I remember watching it a couple times and like I didn't read the headline that you can see. I didn't read it. He just suddenly said, you're like, oh, he's stupid. You know, like, you don't think it, and then you go back and you hear that, you're like, oh my god.
No,
so
that's
stupid.
funny. But yeah, guys, no. So like I said, make sure you guys go check him out. He's a funny dude. Got some good content there. So again, apologize, Jack. I know he's been shouting us out. He's shouted us out the last couple weeks.
Yeah.
And, I apologize. It's nothing.
Now we
nothing personal. It's just the way our brains work. We start getting on one tangent, and sometimes we just can't stop the train from rolling. You know. And so
we're gonna have to get a clipboard.
Yeah, we were mentioning that last time because like how
we're gonna get a clipboard.
How long are we gonna?
All right, and like read like, all right, Joe Rogan podcast.
Yeah, we're gonna have to start marking stuff out like, X here.
Yeah.
Oops, circle. We didn't touch this one.
Nope. No, I was saying for the shout outs.
Oh yeah. We gotta start making our own. And today's episode is sponsored by
the little headshot. Yeah. This
Wheaties.
just like pick random shit. Like.
Right.
Glade
Febreze.
Just put it on.
Smell it.
Smells great. But
dude, I should reach out. I should see if we can get some sponsorships.
They were reaching out there. I was like, what the fuck are you doing?
What are you reaching at? I get you're trying to reach out. Hey. Like I thought it was more of a metaphorical thing, like not like a like an actual thing.
The fuck out of here,
dude. No. Okay, so just random thought. I
think that's all we have.
You know what I've been thinking, and I started thinking about this last week. Like,
started or finished?
Well, I mean, I've been thinking about this for a long time. So there's.
I've been thinking. Sorry.
God, dad jokes.
This is why people hate.
You know what I don't believe is real, or I find hard to believe is real.
So it's something that is real that you can't believe it's real? Okay. Right.
Okay. So.
Because if you're just like dragons, I'm like, I can't believe they're not real.
They have to be, man. No, narwhals.
I know.
Like, okay, hear me out on this. Hear me out on this.
Thought.
I had no idea what a narwhal was until probably 4 years ago. 3-4 years ago, right? Had no idea that it was a real thing, right?
Ben?
So, and here's how I tell you I found out. So I was running around Target with one of my buddies, and I put on.
Suddenly there was a wild one
in the middle of no, and I didn't like so. I put on this jacket, and it was a Captain America jacket, and I pulled the hood over, and the hood was the way they sewed it was weird. It put like a point. Like, so when you pulled the mask over, because the way it zipped or whatever, there was a point on the head, right? So I'm just like, like come out. Yeah, I have the picture too. Maybe I'll pull up the picture and point it up. And I posted on Facebook, like, joking. I thought it was funny. And I got a comment from a friend of mine, and she was just like, you kind of look like a narwhal. I was like, the hell's a narwhal? Right? Like, what is a narwhal?
Fuck you too, lady.
Yeah. No. She's a very nice girl.
No, I was just like, you just immediately offended.
Yeah, right? Break my phone. But no, and I was just like, what's a narwhal, right? And so I want to say that she posted a picture of a narwhal in the thing, and I was like, oh, that's like a fictitious animal, right? It's not real. Like it's like a dolphin unicorn. Right,
Kinda.
Literally, like it's a dolphin with a long ass horn, right? And
it's more like a walrus.
And I thought I was like, okay,
unicorn.
and because she didn't post a real one, she posted a meme of one, right? Like a little meme with an art. I was like, oh, okay, cool, like a fake little whatever, right?
Or no, you're right.
So I was talking to Brienne probably about a year ago, whatever, and I was just like, oh, like that's cool. Like they had we want a stuffed animal or something for Ollie, and I was just like, oh yeah, like it's a fake narwhal, they're fake. She goes, no, they're real. I was like, no, they're not. Like that this doesn't exist. This can't exist. Like, I don't believe it. Right? And I've seen pictures online, but I mean, like, I feel like anybody can Photoshop these days. It's literally a unicorn. It's a dolphin unicorn. And I don't see no horses with horns running around, right? Like, I just...
But then it leads to believe that unicorns maybe existed.
Yeah, but I can't believe that narwhals are real. It's hard to believe.
For me, I haven't dug down that, because I've had those thoughts too of like, why do you exist? Like, I knew it existed, but I never knew why it existed. Because when you think of the ability, like everything, adapts, and depending on your school of thought, whatever. But evolution of things, why was it so apparent that you build this calcified fucking horn off your body, but the rest is like this fleshy bit, right?
Yeah.
And so it's like saying that, like, it's like you had sea deer. Like how deer just develop antlers and shit like that. You just had a mammal, water-based. Well, no, they obviously breathe air. But it was just like, what was the purpose of that? Like, genetically.
Exactly.
Why did that survive?
How did the horn help?
Obviously, you can fucking stab shit, but then there's no other creature like that does that.
Right. I
So
mean, like,
why
you could
is
say,
that-
like, swordfish, but that's not a real sword, and they only call it that because
It's their mouth.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
exactly,
So,
yep.
like...
But, like, why...
It's different than...
I can't get behind the fact that narwhals are real.
Yeah.
Like, you show me all the proof you want. Like,
It's just weird.
I don't believe it.
It's just weird. And I don't... But there's a lot of those sea mammals that I've got, because I've, like, looked at those, but then I get distracted by, like, walruses. Then you think of walruses, right? They have the teeth. So,
Right.
like, I could equate that to, like, an elephant. Like, why does an elephant have the fucking
Like the
giant...
tusks
it has
and
the
the-
same
yeah,
tusks,
yeah.
right? So they have tusks as well. So, like, okay, I can,
It's like a sea elephant.
Yeah. So you're like, okay, like, you're kind of equating something. Obviously, they're completely different animals, but then you have, like, different kind of walruses, and you have different kind of seals, and you have different kind, and then you have, like, the fish, aquatic, so you have the narwhal, you have, like, the beluga dolphin, you have the regular dolphin, you have the
beluga dolphin, isn't that just like the
it's
the
the one with the,
noses?
no, it's the one with the big, it's the one with the giant fucking brain. They not gonna say that joke, but they they look mildly short of something. But anyway, that's what they look like. They're kind of... It's the one in Dory. The one that's like... The one that speaks whale. He's the one that can, like... He, like, thinks about it. That's like... and he can, like, talk. Anyway. They're probably very intelligent creatures. But... but yeah, no, you think of all, like, those sea mammals that, like... Just that category alone. It's just chaos. And some of those things are ugly as shit.
Have you seen, what is it, the blobfish?
Yeah.
Have you seen that thing? So apparently it looks like great underwater, but you pull it out of water and it's just like... It just looks like just a fat sack of lard. Like...
It's just like a really big frown.
Yep.
Yeah, it's pretty... Looks like that fucking thing. Fucking gross. Grab that. I didn't know you had a blobfish.
No, this is Monstros from a video game. But yeah, the blobfish. This one's happy.
Without the teeth. That's what it fucking looks like.
Yeah, that's from a video game, Binding Isaac.
What? No, it's... Yeah,
I
there
can't
are
believe
some
it.
things that I can't believe exist. Like, you have to... Okay, so I was listening to some of the podcasts, right? And I was thinking of that simulation, because we really went on the simulation talk on last one, or the one before that. And I saw this thing on Facebook of... or TikTok. I don't know where the hell I saw it. Social media. It's a spider that... If it's on the thing, right, and you look down at it, it looked like it has its whole fucking ass end cut off. It's like a flat edge, right? But when you look at it, you see the circle. I'll try to get to... You look at it... I could probably just do this. But they look like this. But what it is it like looks like an old coin. Like, it looks like if you had like an old Aztec coin, or whatever. It's got like designs. And this spider... I don't know what it's called, but like I think it reflects what it is. It's like the ass coin spider or something. But like it like hides in a hole, and it digs a hole perfect so that it butts just is present
flat.
there.
I feel like I've
And
heard
so
of
then
this.
something like will think, but I'm like, why would it look like a coin? Like, I think that's just what we associate with. But like some kind of animals like look at that and think it's something, so then it's able to like jump out and fucking kill it and go like bring it into its hole. And I'm like, why does that exist?
I've seen. I think I've seen that one.
You can't...
How does that evolve into that?
Exactly.
Like,
how did it know that was the thing?
Right.
Or I've seen where flowers... There's this one flower, and this was like it was a Tumblr thing. Tumblr. that they posted and it said, "How the hell are plants starting to look like animals?" And it was a flower of some kind that actually looks exactly like a hummingbird, and so it would attract certain things. And they're like, "How the fuck does it do that?" Or a caterpillar. There's one that has an ass that comes up, and it looks like a snake.
Mm-hmm. I've seen that.
You know what I mean? And
Yep.
it's like, how does a caterpillar know what the fuck a snake looks like? Albeit that's that one snake that's in that area.
Well, it's not even like how does it
like
know? Like how did it adapt to that, right? Like,
Yeah.
how many of them? You know what I'm saying?
Because
it's
that's
all
one
about
thing
like
to be
changing
like-
over time and
yeah.
stuff like that. Obviously, right? Like
Think about if I decided to be like, okay, I want to have, like, I want bigger right arms. You know what I mean? Like, you know, like bigger arms. You know?
right? Yeah.
Like how I would have to do something that would require longer, bigger arms over such a long period of time,
Like
until you just suddenly had one that's bigger.
right? Like
You know
I mean,
what I
we're
mean?
talking like you'd have to go through
like, how do you-
generations of
But like millions of years.
Yeah.
But then when you have like that, but how do you have a cross species thing? Like you could never be like, I want to look like a dolphin. You know what I mean?
Right.
And like, how can I change myself to look like a dolphin?
Mm-hmm.
How would you like? How
Did you ever
does?
see that episode of South
I
Park
don't understand that.
where I think it was Kyle's dad changed himself to be a dolphin? There, everyone was all about plastic surgery. And
No,
everything. You haven't seen that? Oh,
No,
dude,
that's amazing.
It's kind of funny.
no. I just think about like, did you find one caterpillar that could kind of like make a fat tail, and then you just kept breeding like fat tail people, and then you eventually got like this, like it was just a trick that they could do. They could make my ass big, and you're like, cool, let's just keep breeding ass big caterpillars until the point where like, then they could bend it over. They could get such a big ass they could bend it over, and then they're like, oh, I'm looking for markings that look like a predator that I can't see.
Right, and you would think
You know what I
that-
mean? Like,
I think like, and that's like you take like the human gene pool into consideration, like,
Yeah.
and just for example, like that, right? Like, nobody has like red hair. It's such a recessive gene, right? It shows up,
yeah,
you know, when it does, whatever. But like,
when Satan touches you,
What
is
if-
what they say.
what if all of the
gingers.
ginger people, right? You know, or redheaded people just started getting together? I think you'd have a lot more redheaded babies, and like it would flourish again, right? But like, I think I saw something too that said like eventually like all humans will just have like brown eyes, brown hair. Like it's all just gonna be very
It
just
should, yeah, it should.
You
That's, dominant characteristics.
green eyes.
I have brown and
Beautiful
brown
green.
and brown.
My dad says
All
that
dominant.
when your eyes are that brown, it means you're full of shit.
Yep, and I definitely pass it to my children. Wife's pissed. She's blonde hair, blue eyes.
But yeah,
But no, I think of that though. It's like
I just
it just doesn't
Like
make any
certain
sense.
creat-
Like,
I'm just like-
how is that a thing? That's like a video game. It's like I want to take this and I want it to do this.
mm-hmm.
But it's so outside the world of like nature that you're like, how the hell? I mean, I get adapting claws. I get adapting breathing apparatus. I get adapting sight, eyes. Like moles don't have eyes anymore because they've never needed them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So like, I get that shit, or voles do, I think. And so, but like, how do you like completely transform to look like a different, 100% different species of an animal?
And that's what I'm saying. It's like a unicorn of the sea.
Yeah.
Like a narwhal. Like,
Yeah.
like it's a dolphin
Like, when did it
with
begin?
a horn.
Well, that's the thing. So were there other ancestral ones that had more antlers and shit, and like had 3 horns or
You're
something,
talking like
and
as
then
like
it
a-
slowly like dimmed down, and they're just in the later part of evolution? Or was it like dolphins that one had a growth, and they kept breeding it, and a kid had a growth, so then they kept breeding and had a great kid? You know what I mean? And then
Right.
they developed one that had a giant fucking thing.
I don't know because I don't know what that horn would even do, and that's why I said I just don't believe they're
Now
real.
we have stuff to do today.
And I don't know enough about narwhals because I don't believe they're real. Right? I feel like that's something you fight in a D&D book or.
Well, I mean,
they're
I feel
literally.
we're on different stages here because like I know they're real.
I just don't.
I
believe
just need
it.
to study
I can't
more.
believe it. Like it's a made up animal, man.
Oh my god.
It just can't be. Just can't be. And yeah. I'm just saying. I'm just throwing it out there. I was thinking about that. Like
Yeah.
I've been thinking about that for a while now.
Mhm.
But yeah, I just.
Really ruining your days.
Well, and then like not only that, like right. So I don't know what sparked it. Like maybe like last week or whatever it was, but maybe it's the picture that my wife has in the bathroom. Like whenever you go to the bathroom, if you've ever looked,
Yep.
there's a narwhal
Yeah,
picture
I
in
do,
there.
yeah.
And like I don't know, maybe I was drinking one day or something and went in there and saw that and I was like, that's not fucking real. Like I can't believe it. And maybe it was like something like that that's kind of snowball affecting into it.
I mean, I don't want to. Excuse me, I don't want to interrupt, but I don't want to get past this point that I forgot that that's in there.
I didn't.
And you live here. And so that's been there forever. Now, you told us a story about how, like, somebody mentioned it on a stuffed animal or whatever the hell, and you're like, no. You have a framed picture in your bathroom of a narwhal. And you're still like...
It's not a real narwhal. It's
like, every day. You look at it and go,
one.
fucking narwhals. You probably piss on that picture every day. And you're like...
Shh, don't tell my wife.
Like, yeah, no, and that's where... You're humoring her because she's like, oh, look at her believing in mystical creatures.
In fantasy
and she's like, yeah, narwhals are real, and I'm just putting it up because it's a bathroom, and that's kind of,
Well, no, I don't know. Like I said, again, I don't know why it started bugging me like a couple weeks ago or something. Something just bugged me about it, and I'm just like, I just can't believe these are real. Like, I just like, there's no way. Like, and obviously, yes, people say they're real, but like.
I would be interested.
I kind of want to go and like watch a video now to see like where they're from, like what they did. You know what I'm saying? Like how they are them. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Do you ever see that picture? That reminds me. Did you ever see that picture of like from like way back in the day? And people were like, oh, it's a Loch Ness monster. It's like the little thing sticking out of the water.
Nessie.
Yeah, I heard it was just a whale's penis. Like people have taken pictures of like whale dong sticking out of the water. Well, look it up. You can look up.
Why would they do that?
You just look up. You can.
I'm not gonna look up whale penis on my fucking phone.
I was gonna corrupt your search history.
No, that's why you go incognito tab.
But I'm just saying, like, if you
nobody tracks that.
Have you ever seen? So I was streaming.
I feel so safe.
I remember I was. I feel so safe. I was streaming one night, and I remember we started looking something up, right? And then the chat, we started talking about different things, and we were like, dude, what animal has, like, the biggest dong? Like, I don't remember how we got on it, right? Again, probably I was drinking.
You might have been just playing this game with yourself.
This was, like, 2 years ago. No, I was in stream, and, like, we ended up looking up, like, whales have, like, 10-foot wieners.
Yeah, but they're, like,
60-foot
big animals.
I was just like, can you imagine that? So I was like, hold on. So I paused my game. I ran and got a tape measure, and I was like, all right, guys, ready? I'm going to walk in with my 10-foot dong, hope I don't hit nothing, and I scrolled the tape measure out. I like walked in. I was like, I can't even get in this damn room. Like 10 feet. You know how big 10 feet is?
Yes, I do.
That's massive. That's like me on your shoulders.
All right.
What are you looking up? Whale wieners?
Well, a narwhal.
Dude, they're not real. They're mythical creatures. Don't they live in like the Arctic or something?
Yep. Hold on.
I don't know. I just like.
Alright, so I messaged my wife to send me down some beer with the children. Hey, no, don't shake him. Come on.
Oh,
come here,
late.
bud. I got a question for you, bud. Hang on. Hey, come here. Can you come look at the camera quick?
Yeah.
Alright.
Look on the camera quick.
Here, come over here. Alright. Oh. Alright. You say hi?
Hi,
What's your name?
Jackson.
Okay, Jackson. What is this animal?
A pointer fish.
Pointer fish. Have you heard of a narwhal?
Dude, we should get
Dang
Ollie.
it, I thought he was
him.
gonna know it too.
We should get Ollie and him down here for like 5 minutes.
Oh,
Just
that'd be
have him
funny.
shoot the bull.
Just do like 2 minutes of just us sitting, like just have them in our spot.
Yeah.
That'd be funny.
A little goofball.
Maybe we'll set that up here. Maybe we'll set that up a little bit. Thank you, bud, for bringing these.
Hey, you rock. Fist bump.
Doing good?
Noggin. Dude. He's like, what the?
You know, what's that from?
That's from Finding Nemo.
That's
yeah,
right.
It's from Finding Nemo. All right, bud. Hey, thanks, man. Nice job. All right, head back upstairs, okay?
Okay.
We're doing this too?
Yep, it's a thing now.
Dude.
All right.
Yeah, it's a thing now. Look what I started.
No, we did that forever when we first watched that movie. That was a huge thing. But
Oh, yeah. No, maybe we'll set that up.
we can set that up. Just start the next one with, yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder it'd be interesting to, like, I don't know. If you could just get banter out of them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Give them like a 5 minute, like, all right, guys.
Like if they're just sitting
Just
here.
go and let's just see. Just
Yeah.
talk to each other. What do you guys want to talk about?
Yeah.
And just see what they say. That'd be funny.
That would be pretty funny.
But yeah, anyways.
Anyway,
so-
sorry. I
Yeah,
just
no,
thought he
it
was
was-
going to know what a narwhal was.
No, he didn't know.
I
I told you, man. It's a
It's a
pointer
pointy
fish.
fish. It's
Yeah,
a pointer fish.
A pointy fish. Yeah, because it's not real. All right. I'm just saying. Yeah, but I bet you hold up a picture of Bowser and he'll be like, "Oh, that's Bowser."
Well, yeah.
Or, "Oh, that's Sonic. That's Dr. Eggman or Robotnik."
Well, and the
you know?
best part is he fully believes that Sonic exists, and that those are all real things. So
Yeah, we won't,
yeah,
spoil his day or nothing.
not today anyway.
Yeah, no. Dude,
I still feel like that sometimes.
you wanna hear a funny story?
I love funny stories.
So, my son is learning to bargain. This is a story I was going to tell you earlier. So I'm laying on the couch one day after I get the kids up. Brienne's at work, right? It's like 9:30 in the morning. Just kind of like laying there like, okay, I'm still trying to wake up, waiting for the coffee to get done making, you know.
Just for frame of reference, at 9:30 in the morning.
Okay, the kids have already been up for a little bit, but what I'm saying is like, you know, I did other stuff. I got
No.
Yeah, so I'm laying on it. Yeah,
no.
So it had been a bit. I had the kids up probably. Ollie's been getting up early too, and then May I get her out of bed like 8:30 or so. But whatever. Anyways, beside the point. So I'm sitting on the couch.
We just live different lives.
Waiting for I mean, we want to trade for a week or.
That would be amazing.
What do you think our wives would say? We could do like a show like a husband swap. Like
That would be funny.
like I just go.
Yeah.
Like I just go home with your kids and for a week, and then
But
you
you'd
just
have
stay
to,
here.
yeah. But I mean, that's
And
the
we
thing.
don't tell them, and we just
But
do
you'd
it.
be working, you'd have to go back to work.
It's
You'd
a
be
week.
working
I could
for-
do a week of work.
I was saying, you have to go to work and just
Watch you come
sit
back to
there.
work with a promotion.
I would just be sitting there. I would catch up on all of my anime. I would have so much shit done, hanging out at home. And then I wouldn't even clean anything. I'd leave it for you to come home and clean. But anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, no, anyways, it's all good. Anyways,
Reminded you of something.
so I'm sitting on the couch and it was 9:30 in the morning, right? Kids haven't even eaten breakfast yet because, like I said, I'm still making coffee. I think I did the dishes, took the trash out, was doing like stuff around the house, took care of the dogs, And he comes up to me and goes, "Hey, Dad," and I'm like, "What?" And he goes, "I pooped on the potty." I'm like, "Cool. Can I have a treat?" Like, what kind of treat are you thinking, man? And I'm like, "Oh God, here we go." Like, he's like, "Can I have some chocolate?" I'm like, "Buddy, like it's 9:30 in the morning. Maybe after lunch you can have a piece of chocolate or something." Like, I'm one of those. I don't give kids candy in the morning. Like, they don't need candy right away. It's not. You can have it later on after lunch is a good time, right?
Sure.
So he goes, "Hey, come here," and like he's whispering like this the whole time. I'm like, "I'm right here," right? So then I mimic him. He goes, "I'll get you a beer if I can have a chocolate," and I lost it. I started laughing.
And you were like,
I was like,
"Get that shit rolling."
I started laughing. I'm like, "Dude, what?" I was like, "What did you just say to me?" And I looked. I was like, "Dude, it is 9:30 in the morning. You know what? You can have a piece of chocolate. I don't want the beer."
Can and a half.
Yeah, I was like, "I don't want the beer right now. It's 9:30 in the morning. You go ahead and have the chocolate. I get A for effort on that one. Go ahead, dude." Yeah. But he still brought me a beer, and I'm like, "Just no." So he went and put it in the fridge, whatever. But dude, he offered to trade me if I said yes to him having a Reese's peanut butter cup, that I could have a beer at 9:30 in the morning, and he wasn't going to tell anybody.
I like where his head's at, though. I mean,
He's definitely learning. Like,
It makes
my
sense.
dad likes this. If I give him this, I trade him this for this. Yeah.
yeah, my daughter's just flat out lying. Like the other day, she pissed her bed. She pissed her bed. Ruined her
Happens.
blankets, all shit. Happens, right? We've all been there. Some of us recently. And, we, yeah, she did it. And then in the morning, Mel was like, "Why don't you pee her bed?" So just, she's washing her sheets and her blankets and stuff, but she's kind of embarrassed. I was like, and I'm like, well, there's no embarrassment in this house. So I just went right up to her. "Ari, did you pee your bed?" "No." "Come on. I know you peed your bed and Mom's washing all your clothes." She's like, "I didn't do it." And I go, "Okay, then what happened?" She goes, "So I was sleeping and we keep her waters on the table next to their bed." And she's like, "And when I was sleeping, I hit my water and it fell on, and then the cap was open, and then it got all over my bed." And my wife was standing behind her looking at me and going, like, could not believe that she had elaborated
The
on
thing about that, that's like
a whole situational thing.
Because she's 4, right?
She'll be 4.
She'll
She's
be
3,
4.
technically,
Yeah. She like fabricated an
entire
entire
story.
like thinking like, okay, I mean, but you got to think about that. Like, she had to think that water gets you wet.
Yep.
So
She
if
was
the
dead set on-
cap is open, right? I mean, like, you got to
So
think about the thought process
well,
that had to go into that.
And then I called the lie, and I said, no, that's not what happened. No lying, and like really pressed her, and she goes, I'm not lying, and she had full conviction that she was, to the point where I kind of believed her a little bit, where I was like, holy shit, like she. Like really pushed her point and wasn't gonna move, and I even keep asking her, like, did you pee? Like afterwards, I just kept like, you can tell me, like, come on, are we gonna pee our pants again, or like be our bed or whatever? And like try to bring. She's like, I never peed my bed, and I'm like,
Maybe she didn't. Maybe she really did
she's
spill
3.
her water.
She's 3.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So like,
Well, and that's what I said. I go, are you sure? Because then I even asked I'm questioning my wife.
yeah, like I think you might be
I'm
wrong
like,
here.
did you smell the sheets? She's like, why the fuck would I smell pissy bed sheets? And I go, well, just to confirm, because she's making a compelling argument. And
That's always the first thing
I'm
you do.
just
That's always
saying.
you got to give it the sniff
Yeah.
test.
oh,
You know?
absolutely. Well, you
You
gotta
know,
know too.
Even when you know it's piss, oh God, I was right. That's
Yep,
piss.
yep.
You know,
You gotta know.
You gotta know, because what if she did? Like I believe she probably just spilled her water.
that we just did it. We just had a false trial on her.
Because you had
That
to, had to think like for her to come up. And that's the part that gets me. For her to come up with a story like that, though,
Yeah.
that like the cap was open.
Like
I
she
went
told
to
me
grab,
what happened. Yeah, she told me what happened. Like it wasn't just like, oh, my water spilled on my bed. No, it was like I accidentally hit my water onto my bed, and then because it was open, it leaked on the thing. And these are all things she knows. She knows that the water thing leaks. If you tip it upside down, it does leak.
Mm-hmm.
So like, there's little things that she was bringing together, and I'm like, this is amazing.
But that's what I'm saying. Like you got to think like. I mean, you
Terrifying.
almost got to give her kudos. I mean,
did.
if she is lying, okay, you're wrong.
We gotta.
But
Address
at the same
that.
time, you got to think like. I mean, like let her go with her creativity. You know what I'm saying? Like
Sure, but
like
we also got to know.
yes,
Not to
obviously,
lie, because
don't
now
lie,
it's
but,
pissing the bed, which everybody knows. But what if it's something that is really not true? And
right, yeah,
know.
yeah. No, I get that. Right, which starts pooping on the carpet and blaming the dog, kind of thing.
yeah, like that is not. I have stared at dog shit for the last 10 years. That is not dog shit.
She just comes walking in, just drops
Yeah.
out.
Or an hour later, she's like, "I got itchy butt."
Yeah,
I
right,
fucking hate itchy butt.
dude.
So annoying.
But yeah, man.
But
I just,
anyway,
like,
yeah, that
it's
was-
just crazy to think like the kids can like come up with stuff.
Well, their brains
How they twist
Starting to do
everything
it
like
now.
that, right?
started to
See,
do
and
it.
that's the thing. I don't know. I feel like Ollie has fibbed a little bit. Like he tells a lie every now and then, right?
Oh,
Like,
you're fib people.
He's a fibber,
All right. That's
No,
fine.
but I mean, like I don't know. I feel like there's a difference between a fib and a lie, right? Like obviously they're both not telling the truth, but like
A fib
I think,
is
I think,
usually just lying by omission.
But I feel like the severity of it, right, is like
well, yeah.
okay, that's
no.
just a little fib, but no, that's a full. Like I feel like if it's a lie, that's
Well,
almost
the-
like
well,
like you're
okay.
committing like.
We never
like-
had fibs though in my family.
like-
We had
like,
white lies.
you're-
White lies was like the
Okay,
the-
so like a white lie, like a fib. It's something that's not
Well-
harmful to anybody. It's just a like, hey, like.
I'm gonna quote Liar Liar on this one, where he says
I've had better.
where he goes like sometimes lying is good. And like when mom was pregnant with you, she got so big and she was really feeling down, and she asked her, "How do you feel?" You go, "Oh, you're beautiful, you're glowing." If I told her she looked like a cow, it would have hurt her feelings, okay? And like that was like a white lie where you're just
Right,
like,
so
you're
that's just a
humoring
fib. That's just a
people.
little fib, right?
But
That's
see,
what. That's
I
what
feel
look
like
at
a
it.
fib, you
Right, I
are
feel like,
lying.
I feel like a fib and a lie, like for me, like I feel like if you call someone a liar, that's like a murderer, right? And then if you say you're fibbing, you're just a little shoplifter. You might have taken a candy bar from the store as you're leaving,
Holy
right?
shit!
So that's
dude.
what I'm saying. That's
you
what I'm saying. The
cannot break.
extremes.
You
Yeah, it's
cannot break societal, like illegal behavior to one drastic to one.
No, that's
like-
what I say. If you call it a lie, it's something like that. It's a lie. Like it's a hard-on lie. You've thought about it. But I feel like a little fib is something like,
All right, here I'm gonna call it out. Give me an example of a fib.
okay, so Ollie will come out of his room and he'll be like, I have a throat or my stomach hurts. When really, that's not the issue. He just wanted to go hang out
Did
with
you just
Brienne.
say I have a throat?
Okay.
I thought I heard that. I really thought I heard that. I was like, I have a throat or my belly hurts, and I was
No,
like,
yes, everybody has throats. I get it.
because
Right?
you know,
Like,
as kids just open doors. I have a throat and my stomach hurts, and you're like, good luck. I don't know, like, Like I just imagine
No,
Ollie
so
coming out.
so
a
ever since he
throat?
was a little kid, the first time he ever threw up, he had a feeling in his throat, right? Like so he had that. You know when you throw up, you get that ball
Yes.
feeling in your throat. So
Salvation.
yep, and so
Not the good
whenever
kind.
he has like been super like allergies bugging him or whatever it is, and you know like sinuses drain, balls up in the back of his throat, he wakes up, there's a big loogie. He doesn't know how to just hawk that up. So like ever since he was a little kid, like little kid. I mean he's a little kid, but you know since he was younger, he'd run in and be like, I have a throat, like saying like he's emulating that feeling.
Well, that's an actual thing.
Yes, he
I
actually
thought
says
you just
no.
I thought you just misspoke.
No. So he says when he says I have a
look
throat.
like the ass.
No, I thought it was funny because the first time he said it, I'm like, yeah, so do I, buddy.
Me
I
too,
do.
bud. Me too.
And guess what? Mommy does too. Even the dogs
Yes, she
have throats. Golly, don't watch it. No,
She's not gonna watch it.
Don't let this be the first episode. But no, and I was just like, so yeah, so when he says a throat, he's emulating like, hey, you know, I got a ball of snot in the back. I'm gonna throw up. Is his way of saying I'm gonna throw
Sure.
up? Is I
Okay.
just got to throw. So like he'll come in the room. I got a throat. And then Brian will be like, okay. And then he'll like walk over to the bathroom and just go, okay, I'm better now. I'm crawling to bed. I just need a hug from you, mommy, and just lay with her. He just wants to spend a little more time. Something like that is like a little fib or like you know.
Jesus, that was so. That was such. I'm scared to ask of another one.
Like a little fib. He doesn't though. That's what I'm saying. I don't think like he actually.
A fib is like the way I'm getting it from you is like, if they go, I want a snack, and I say we're out of snacks
Yeah.
because I don't want to give them one,
Right.
but I'm lying.
Well, I mean, like
You know what I mean? But it's something tangible. I feel like.
but
I feel like
I'm
when
not
those
gonna-
kids,
I-
when the kids bring home their fucking colorings, I feel like I'm fibbing all the fucking time because when
this
he comes
one's
in and
going
goes,
right
he
on the
goes,
fridge.
"Look what I did." You're like, awesome. It's just like we've talked about that. It's fucking just like this, the
Looks
whole
like he
page,
stabbed it with a crayon.
just all out of the line. It's all the same color. It's all this whatever. And they're like, "Did I do a good job, Dad?" And I go, "Yes, it looks amazing."
So Ollie has started drawing more.
That's a
right?
lie.
So he'll start drawing, and he'll be like, "Yo, Daddy, look at this." I'm like, "Whoa, cool. What is it?" You know, I'm like, "What is that?" Well, it's this and this, and I'm like, "You're probably about on
It's
par."
exactly what I thought it was.
Yeah,
son.
I was like, "You're about on par about where I'm drawing too." So I'm glad we can go through on this
my
journey
God.
together. But I don't know. I just feel like a fib is just a little white lie, like you would say, right? Like
Sure.
you know.
Yeah.
You know,
Like I always considered like fibs and white lies like omission things too. So like, you know, if they were like, hey, you know, does Dad know you're here or something, or does Dad know you're going out tonight? I go, I said I was leaving. Now, does he know where I'm going? No, but you know, but that's when he goes, you know, because my siblings would ask that, like, do they know you're going over to so and so? And I'd be like, they know I'm heading out. And they just look at me like, because they know, but I've never said. I just said, hey, I'm gonna head out here in 10 minutes. I'll be gone for like a couple hours. They're like, all right, sounds good. Just be back later. But then they're always trying to bring it up, like, well, do they know where you're going? Like, I mean, they know I'm leaving. You know, like.
But no, like back onto that though. I just think like, I don't think Ollie's really like ever just like lied to us. I can't think of a time where we like caught him in a lie, right? Like that.
My kids lie. Everything I ask them.
Hey, what's your name, bud? Tristan.
No,
Who the
he'll do
fuck
that.
is
He'll be like,
Tristan?
Pikachu, ha ha, run away.
See, like that would be a fib. Like that's
See, like that,
a
yeah,
little
yeah.
fib. You
See,
know, that's
like
nothing.
that,
It's
a good,
harmless.
That's a good
it's
example.
harmless,
That's
right?
a good example of it. Yeah.
You know, did you piss your bed last night? Well, what had happened was.
So crazy story. Sit down.
Sit down.
Got a story.
Get
for
your
you.
here, Dad. Let me get you a beer
She's
because.
like, you're gonna need this. You won't believe it.
But oh, dude, you want to hear another funny one? Ollie did this the other day. Speaking about pissing the bed. So I guess you know what? Honestly, I think he has been like telling us little lies, like when we were like, "Hey, go to bed." And go potty. He'll be like, I just went potty. And we're like, no, but go right now. He's like,
Yeah.
well, I just went. Right?
Yeah.
And then he goes to bed. Well, the other day, I was like, okay, fine, go to bed. So he goes up to his room. And me and Brienne actually, like, we were watching something on TV downstairs. Like, usually we'll just go upstairs and watch it. But I was like, we'll watch it down here because in like 30 minutes, I'm going to go down and stream anyways, and you're going to go, you got work tomorrow, whatever, you do our things, spend a little time together. So we're watching TV on our new, 65-inch Samsung TV.
Thank God.
In the living room.
Holy shit. Since I met you.
Since you've been gone.
So glad you got a nice TV.
But yeah, no, so we're watching TV on it. We're watching just like Impractical Joker skits. Funny show.
Yes.
Love that show.
Love that show.
So we're watching, we're laughing and stuff, and then we were, I don't know, 45 minutes after Ollie goes to bed or so, all you hear all of a sudden is just like the door open to his room, and you hear like pitter patter, pitter patter, pitter patter down the hallway, and then you hear our bedroom door open, and he looks and he's like, and he's like looking around, like what the hell? Because usually what happens is he'll wake up in the middle of the night, come into our room, and be like, I gotta go potty, and just walk into our bathroom. And it's like, cool, glad we weren't, doing anything, right? And, right?
Let's be honest.
I mean, we're married. It's, yeah.
Sailed.
Anyways, so he walks into
You're
the bathroom.
safe all hours.
So, yeah, right? So we were sitting there, and downstairs, then all we hear like a little, like, whine, and then pitter, patter, back across. And then we're like, Oliver, like, what's going on? And the next thing you know, he's, like, on his butt, like, scooting down the stairs. And, like, he, like, looks at us. And, like, you could tell he, like, just woke up. Like, you ever have that, like, you just woke up and you're just, like that drunk face? Like, you ever get, like, too drunk to where you're just, like...
I don't, but I live in a family of them.
Yeah, so he
You
gets
wake
up,
me out of dead slumber, and I'm ready to go kill people. Like it's...
My heart starts racing, I'm up. And now I'm pissed.
Yeah,
and so, yeah, same way. But, like, yeah, so Ollie wakes up, and he's just, like... and he like, I'm like, buddy, like, what's the matter? And like, he starts to go to the bathroom downstairs, right? So he turns the corner, starts to go to the bathroom. I'm like, dude, like, go potty, like, you all right? He stops, he turns around, looks at me, comes waddling over to me. I have to demonstrate this, okay? He does this, right? So now imagine you're on the couch, right? And he's going this way, he stops, and like stops and looks at me like this, just, and like turns around and just like this to the bathroom. I'm like,
what was he doing?
what the hell? He pushed his pants.
He was making that because he was peeing?
Well, no, I was like, dude,
Shit,
what's going on?
I thought he fucking had a log that he couldn't get out, dude.
He just pissed his pants.
Oh
He like
my
woke up
God.
from a dead sleep and then couldn't get to the bathroom fast enough. But then he was so tired he couldn't figure out how to undo his zipper on his onesie. So he's sitting there freaking out, like crying, running back and
classic.
forth. And then so he starts to go to the bathroom. And then I'm like, dude, you all right? Go potty. He stops what he's doing to sprint back to me, to like look me in the eyes, and like
piss.
And just start pissing himself.
That's amazing.
And then waddles to the bathroom with piss pants. And I'm like, I couldn't stop laughing. I was like, the look, like the way he looked into my eyes is burned into my memory forever. Like I will have that image of him just.
So I have, because I thought it was a constipation thing. So I have a video that like it came up as like this happened like 4 years ago. It was like three or 4 years ago because he was like 2 or 3, and it was when I don't know what we fed him or whatever, but like it was the one time where he was so constipated he couldn't poop, and he was trying to poop like this out of his butt. And
Shout out to Jack. He likes when we use beer cans as references.
Hell yeah. Yes. So this coming out, I mean that's considerable.
I mean that's big for an adult.
I think it's the funniest thing, and Mel just is like, don't stop. That's so mean. Like he's just trying to poop. And I will demonstrate my child. I have him in a diaper, and he's just like. And he can't poop. And I think it's the funniest thing. I even mentioned on camera, I'll show you after. I mentioned on camera, like, dude, at your wedding, I'm going to show you this shit. Because it was the funniest thing. It got to the point where my wife had to, like, we took the diaper off. And then she had, we didn't have gloves. So then she had to go in. And she had to, like, try to, like, because he just had this, like, golf ball. But it was trying to come out like a quarter hole. It's not working. So she had to break it apart so that I could get it out. Yeah.
Like, why wouldn't you just like, you put like a tube with hot water up there or whatever? You get
Okay, well, we're on the clock. Like when she's just like, we're at her parents' house. She's like, get me a tube and hot water now. Like, it's not gonna happen.
Solution.
And I'm just sitting there like this, like, oh my god, look at this kid can't shit. It's hilarious.
That That is kind of funny.
But I will show you that video. It is so funny.
Maybe
That's
we'll
exactly
put it,
how
maybe
he
we'll put it up
acts.
as bonus content. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, no.
Traumatize him.
No.
No, we won't. We won't.
That's
we won't.
illegal. Now it's illegal.
Nah.
We think it's funny, and it's fine.
Oh man, yeah, no. Some of the videos.
But yeah, I'm ready.
Some of the videos I got of my kids, I can't wait to show them
So
at
much
their wedding.
evidence.
Like there's
Oh,
pictures,
my
there's
God.
videos of stuff. Like just obviously you have all the cute ones and the good ones, but then you have those that like for us dads, they're good for like ha 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 ha.
No,
like,
and I think that's the difference. Though, is I think dads like collect
the
the
embarrassing
random
ones.
moments.
Yeah,
Like
the ones that nobody's expecting anybody to take a picture of. That's the pictures we have. Like me, Brienne has hundreds of thousands of photos of me and the kids doing stuff.
well, and just like cute pictures.
Yep,
like,
and
set
just
up
like, oh
and all
hey,
that stuff.
sit right there. Hang on, do this. Me, I'll just pull my phone out and just be like, oh, I gotta snap Brienne. We gotta keep our streak going. And it's like, what I catch you doing,
Yeah.
like
Oh yeah.
stuff like that,
Well, we were so Zach had his diaper party yesterday. Little huggies and chuggies. It's pretty good. I know you
missed
can make it. I know you can make it.
Unfortunately,
But we were down there, and I was talking to another couple. We were talking about just like moms in general, and like they have 4 kids, and like we told last episode, we're expecting our third, and she's like, third, three's it's really no different. Yours are old enough, well they'll take care of them and all this stuff. We're like, yeah. But then we got on the subject of how the children just destroy the woman's body, like. Like Mel at our kid almost being 4 was finally feeling normal in her head, her body, the way she looks, like all this stuff was finally back to normal. And then now we're pregnant again. So they were having a conversation about that, but they were talking about like how, you always try to get good pictures, but like I have on my phone a bunch of like shitty pictures of like the funniest things. And I have it where, like, Mel, she knew, and she called it out. I mentioned it to her, and she goes, oh, yeah. I know there's pictures out there of me, like, not having a good day, and, like, I'm, tired, and it's like, if you're fresh from birth, you're wearing diapers and shit, and there's just all these things. And, like, Mel goes, yeah, he's got one. I'm in a camouflage robe. Hair's a mess. I'm barely wearing anything. Like, she's got, like, some tank top on, and she's like, I look like death. And somehow he just thinks that that's the best time to take a picture. And I did. And that's exactly my favorite picture that I have of her, because it's just like, wow. Like, look, ain't I lucky?
yeah,
Look at what I found right here. Look at this gem.
got her, guys.
Holy shit. Guys, settle down, all right? I know I took her off the market. Stop fighting, all right? But no, it's so funny though when you think about that. I feel like that's what dad's phones are built for. It's like, that's funny. Like, ooh, wow. I mean, I got one where I don't know why. Mel's sleeping on the couch. She's got her knees in her sweatshirt, and she's like this on the fucking couch. I came out and almost shit myself because I thought maybe I was dreaming and having a nightmare. But like, like when you watch those possessions, and they're like, and they like contort themselves in a weird thing. She was contorted weird. I'll show you that picture too. Fucking creepy as hell.
Dude, yeah.
But like, it came out and I was like, oh my God. Hold on. And then I could get my, and then I went up and I woke her up. I'm like, stop fucking sitting like that, you weirdo. And like woke her up. She's like, what? Huh? And she's that person that like has to take like 15 minutes to wake up. So I just like rolled her over so that she's just laying on the couch, like coming back. I don't know. And I went back into the room. Went back in the room and locked the door because I didn't know, just in case.
Just in case.
Just in case.
It was
we
a
didn't
demon.
know, I was
Oh
watching
my
some
gosh.
shows. Yeah, no. We're terrible. We pick on our wives all the time.
That's fine. It builds character, But it was like,
Pro bullying.
it's out of love though. Like I'm not gonna obviously do anything that's truly gonna hurt her or hurt her feelings. I mean, maybe it hurts her feelings. I don't know. Maybe I take back that statement. Maybe retract that.
I mean,
maybe I'll edit it out.
if it's gonna get a good laugh, and I could maybe get her to laugh at it.
But I feel like the way
allow
my
it.
mind is, I'm still like that kid in like first grade who has a crush on a girl and is kind of a bully to them to show that he likes them. That's why like I don't she feels special. I don't treat anybody else that way, just her. Right?
Sure.
So she's one of a kind. And you know what's funny? She'll never hear that statement because she doesn't listen
Yeah,
to
I
our
was gonna say,
goddamn
she doesn't watch
podcast.
Sounds how you really feel.
No, she's telling me, she's like, get it on Apple Podcasts and I'll listen. But she did just download Spotify, so she said she likes to binge it. So maybe if we get a couple more episodes up, you know.
How many will it take?
Well, this is 10. You know.
Hey,
I mean,
that's enough episodes. I mean, that's.
I mean, Brienne's sister listens to podcasts, and she picked up our podcast, and I think she finished it in 3 days. So I mean, she blew through the episodes, but she said it was a good time. So you know, positive. We're getting a lot of positive feedback on our stuff, so that's good. But yeah,
That's
guys,
good.
I think
Yeah.
we wrap her up.
Just like Daddy told me.
I don't. Remember, guys, give you some advice. Don't be silly. Wrap your willy. All right, for anybody listening. Okay, no glove, no love. You remember that, all right? Like,
Sure.
just kidding, or not.
I mean, it just depends on the life you
Yeah,
want to live.
we'll just edit that part out too. Maybe I just. But anyways, yeah.
Anyway, yeah, well, that's a whole different. We'll start the next episode
yeah,
like that.
Go ahead. And wrap her up here. But yeah, guys, thanks everybody for listening and tuning in, guys. Make sure we're sharing this podcast too, for if you're getting a good laugh out of it, or you know, whatever it is. Go ahead, throw it out there. Let people know that we're here and we're changing the world. You know, one listener at a time. I think, you know, we could say that. You know,
Hey,
maybe not. Maybe you're just here for a good time, and we're that good time. So
hey, we're all here for a good time. We're not here for a long
yeah,
time.
dude, George
man.
Strait.
Hell yeah.
Mm.
Well, all right, man.
Great song. Yeah, dude. All right, we'll wrap it up. Quick shout-outs. Here we go. Cheers to that.
Yeah, shout out to.
Real quick, we'll shout out Victorious POD.
Yep,
Our buddy
get
Jack.
that,
So
yep.
again, guys, go check it out. We'll leave the link to that in the description below.
And then, of course, our.
Yeah, shout out Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan.
2 Bears, 1 Cave.
Yeah, you guys ever want us on? You know, it's
Oh, it'd be great. You know, they
telling
just
you,
had the roast of Bert, so I was watching that. That's pretty funny. But, no, yeah. I mean, we mentioned Theo Vaughn, so I want to throw him in there today because he's hilarious.
That's okay. We can have a new guest star every week kind of thing, you know? Like, whoever we're
Yeah,
watching,
like our imaginary.
Yeah, our
stars.
imaginary. Yeah, right.
That'd be so funny. Just put their image right here.
Yeah.
And just be like, here's our guest star today.
And just have it, like, sitting, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, maybe we might, like, get an easel, and we can, like, just print out pictures and be like, hey, so we're guest starring this person today.
Could you? Oh, dude.
We could do it.
Let's not give it away.
All right, hold on.
For our audience, but we're gonna, you don't remember.
Yeah. But, yeah, no, and then, yeah. But, yeah, guys, if you guys ever want us on your podcast, for sure, let us know.
Oh, that'd be amazing, yeah.
Literally make our lives. I mean, our lives are made, obviously, with our wives and our kids, but, I mean, that would, like, you know, that's like the cherry on top, you know? And, you know, it'd be fun. It'd be funny. But...
I just thought of it again. Like, if we had him, like, come in and he just goes, you guys fucking suck. Like, that's it.
And then
like,
he's like,
dude, we're so
dude,
famous.
did you, he got so mad at us.
He was talking about us.
Yeah, and see, I think that's how you know you've made it in life is when you have haters.
Yeah.
And that's how you know you've made it, right? So when someone tells you you're sucker, gets down on you, that's how you know you've made it.
Well, that's why our wives hate us.
Because
That's why we know we made it.
But all right, everybody, thanks again for watching ADHS.
Yes.
Again, share the episode, like,
See you
comment,
later.
subscribe. Let us know what you want to see.
Hell yeah.
Let us know of something that is real that you guys don't believe in. Let us know in the
There you go.
chats.
Yeah.
Let's see what you guys like. It could be an animal, it could be an experience, it could be anything.
Or just like weird, because we really like, or I do, like the weird nature facts. Like, put in there, like, just put an animal that, like, is so
like obscured.
odd. Yeah, obscured,
like just
like
out
weird.
there. Like, how does this thing?
And then maybe we'll
exist?
put it up if somebody, you know, if anybody puts anything, we'll put it up here and we'll just talk about it.
Yeah,
We'll just look at
let
it
us
and
know
see.
something. Yeah, that you guys that's out there. Again, another one. You know, the real feel on the weather app. We talked about that last week. Doesn't exist. Like. That's
So
it's
stupid.
wrong,
This is
right?
another one
so that's
that, like-
that's another thing, right? So again, you agree with that? Put it in the chat. But yeah, let us know. Other than that, I think
We had somebody in town that was like, "We're gonna get 3 inches." I was like, "No, it's like 10." He's like, "No, it's
Yeah.
not. It's like
Yeah.
3. It'll all be melted."
yeah, it was
I'm
bad snow too. It sucked. It was
But that's what I'm
heavy,
saying though. Like that kind of
slushy,
shit though. Like,
disgusting. Yeah, but
Anyway,
all right, everybody,
weather
heading
people.
out. We'll see you
Peace.
guys next time.
woo, 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 woo.
ADH dads. ADH dads. ADH dads. ADH dads.
Yeah.